The new album is Kuchoko Revolution, you know? Yeah, Kuchoko Revolution, and it was released somewhere in January in America. See? And then in Ghana, we are yet to actually have a massive ghetto concert for the release, what I'll call the release party. It was launched at a private, launch, but we're looking forward to launching it in the ghettos. Kuchoko Revolution.
Why Kuchoko Revolution?
Because I'm doing a new kind of reggae music called Kuchoko. And what is Kuchoko? Kuchoko is simply Jamaican reggae music plus African influences, African dances, African sights and sounds, you know. So to say. So for instance, for the first time you listen to reggae music and hear Kologo in it. Kologo is a local instrument, Gonje is a local instrument. You hear all that in reggae music now. And then instead of just having the one drop or the foxtrot or some other style, you will now have African drumming.
This is your fourth or fifth?
This is the 8th album. To God be the glory.
So is it the same track that you have the Kofi Annan on it?
No, Kofi Annan is supposed to be on another album that's going to be released next year, 2018. But this album has hit songs like Sewakoto. Sewakoto, you know? Yeah, we have that. We have songs like Gafara on the tin. We have Mbaba on it. Yeah, man, crazy hot tracks like Flower in the Shower, My African Queen. This is a hot album. I have some soca songs, calypso here and there. You know, it's an album that people have to watch out
for.
For.
Have you shot a video? Because I just watched a video which portray Africanism. Have you shot a video for any of the tracks?
Yes. A Letter to Shabalala is on that album and it's been shot. It's a poem. It's called A Letter to Shabalala, an anti-xenophobia poem. It's a poem that is talking about the atrocities that Africans go through in the hands of South Africans in xenophobia attacks and all that. You know, yeah, South Africa is noted for its xenophobia. A lot of xenophobic attacks here and there in South Africa, reported every now and then, and this video captures that. I actually went to South Africa to shoot that on location in Lesedi, several miles away from Johannesburg. There were so many issues. I've hailed our heroes that other people have refused to hail. People like Robert Mugabe, people like Sarowiwa, Ken Sarowiwa, you know, and Kwame Nkrumah and so many other such great people. I've hailed them. I think that I'm one artist who has hailed more heroes than any other artist in the world. I have songs for different poems and poems recorded and released and published for different heroes of Africa, more than any other person. Remember the almighty Barack Obama tune? Mama, come make we talk about Barack Obama. It was in honor of Barack Obama. Say early morning, was going through archives, you know, TV, blah 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 blah, and then bam.
You also have music for Kwame Nkrumah.
Kwame Nkrumah, great song. Kwame Nkrumah, why did you leave so soon? I miss you so. When we are go see you again. Yeah, it's a crazy song with a crazy video.
Okay. Talking about your style of music and the type of music that you do, it doesn't really look like the latest one that we have, like the Patapa One Corner.
If you're talking about Patapa song One Corner, I think that's a very creative dance piece. The first song One Corner is being actually promoted by the dance. Beyond that, the song is ordinary. Beyond that, it's an ordinary song. For me, that's my opinion. I like to encourage people so much. For him to be working for 16 years or so and never made a hit until now, it is worth saying that it is a very beautiful piece. It's driving people to dance. Whenever it is played, people go crazy because of the dance that came with the song. But beyond that, the song itself is ordinary. Beyond the dance, Seeing it is ordinary. Patapaa has made better songs in terms of what creativity, but they didn't go anywhere because they were not accompanied with a certain kind of vogue, certain kind of thing, like a dance, like when you have a dance accompanying a certain kind of song, you see that it will rise faster. For instance, Azonto.
Oh, okay.
It was Azonto was Azonto because of the dance. Al Qaeda became Al Qaeda because of the dance. See? Yeah, but those kind of songs unfortunately fade out quickly because the moment the trend falls off, which is normally quick. I mean, look at what happened to Azonto. For me, I was still enjoying Azonto when they faded it out, when they killed it. I was still enjoying Al Qaeda. Today, even in some festivals that I go to, I do some small Azonto and small Al Qaeda. I'm proud that these dances came out of Ghana.
So do you enjoy the Patapaa song too?
Yes, I do. Me, Blakk Rasta, I wouldn't be shy to dance to another musician's music, especially that he has made a big hit. Ghanaians should appreciate it and carry it. When was the last time we had a ghetto youth like that coming out with a song that is going international just because of the dance? Whatever makes a song become a hit is commendable. Whether it's the dance, is the way of dressing, is the way the people, whatever. I congratulate the brother and I say kudos. I would dance to the song in private. I wouldn't walk around doing one corner. Well, I mean, the dance move comes with a sexually explicit waist. At a certain, it's not everywhere you can do that. You can't just walk about anywhere and do it. People see you in a certain light. You see yourself in a certain light too. In my bedroom, I could do it. At family gatherings and parties, I could do it. But I don't think that at some particular events I would do that kind of dance.
What is your view on that debate?
It's true. Kwame Nkrumah wasn't the only founder. There were founders. In other words, Kwame Nkrumah was the father of fathers. The founder of founders. As simple as that. Massive comeback. Yeah. Yes, I mean, radio has always been my first love. It's in my DNA, So coming forward to reggae music and also on the radio, so many people have said it. Since you left radio, we have stopped listening to radio. Some of them said their radio sets got dusty. Some of them said they don't even know what is happening to radio. I appreciate all those wonderful vibes, blessed vibes, nice vibes, everything nice. The good news is that I'm returning, and when I return, it's worth the wait. I'm talking with Xylophone. Xylophone is a nice place to be. Very serious young people and very, very vision-minded people. So, I'll be a proud person to be part of Xylophone. I'm in talks with Xylophone, just like other stations are talking with me and all that. Saying, and I'm closer to Xylophone than any other radio station. Saying, I'm sure that within this week, we'll be able to sort everything out and be able to say that, hey, yes, Blakk Rasta has returned with more fire. Oh, it's this month, October.
You are starting in October.
Big time. October is going to be crazy. It's going to be mad.
So
saying a lot of things have happened which nobody spoke about. Blakk Rasta is coming back to talk about those things. That's what I'm noted for. Putting the society straight on its footing, right footing. The stealing, the mismanagement, the dirty politics and so on and so forth. My duty is to come and try and fix our society. That's all. No hatred to break them down. I criticize them to build them. See? And that's what the people have missed. That's why everybody's crying all over the place and saying that, oh, Blakk Rasta, when is he coming back, Charlie? And Blakk Rasta, if Blakk Rasta had been here, this thing, Charlie, this thing. Blakk Rasta is here. And you would hear.
Have you missed radio?
Oh, yes. Oh, why not? Radio is in my DNA. For real, man. Radio is there inside my DNA. So if I'm not part of it or it's not part of me, I feel like fish out of water. Saying fish out of water. Saying So I've missed radio, but it has given me the opportunity to delve into other talents and other interests. For instance, touring around the world, meeting presidents, touring around the world, lecturing in what universities. Yeah, on radio I used to have the African history class, and to have the opportunity to stand in front of a live audience in America, anywhere in the world, is a great blessing. And I was lecturing in America, University of Central Missouri. I was there, and I lectured for several months as a resident scholar. Then I went to the University of North Carolina, Asheville, and there too I lectured. And it's going to, in fact, they want me to come and take a permanent lecturer job. But as I told you, in my DNA, there is radio.
But have you missed your former station?
Yes. The station is no station without the people. I miss my friends who were there. Through that station, my fans were hearing me. Now my fans are not able to listen to me. I certainly miss that. Saying? I certainly miss that. Yeah, I certainly miss that. I mean, I worked there for 8 years. You won't just wake up one day and say, oh, I don't miss them because rare. For me, it will be hypocrisy. If it wasn't good and you stayed there for 8 solid years, I enjoyed my stay at Hitz FM. It is over. That chapter is closed, and I am not thinking about going back to that chapter again. No. Oh my God. I mean, even Hitz FM, even multimedia, never ever said that Blakk Rasta was sacked. Never. They asked people from their programs director, and they said it. One hot afternoon, I was on the radio. The inspiration came from the Holy Spirit. Resign.
Okay. So God asked you.
Of course. I never take a decision without God's decision. Saying, I'm a very prayerful person. I pray. I feel it in my spirit. Saying that, anything that I need to do, I never take a step until I hear the voice of God. Saying, so Jah instructed me to resign, and I thank God for making me resign.
Why?
Because sometimes God makes you wait for the traffic to clear so that you go through smoothly. If you were going to be in that traffic, you could crash. If you were going to be in that traffic, you would be so bored and so sweaty, you might end up catching some foul disease, coccidiosis. So I didn't get the support from my employers. Yeah, because for me, I believe that if somebody has, especially that the person has worked with you for 8 years, and then there's a seeming problem,
did they neglect you along the line?
A supposed problem, and then you would pull back. No, I would rather say that it was carelessness, or better still, it was carelessness. Well, me as a follower of Christ, I've decided to put everything behind me, and then this heart clean it and move forward. If he has anything against me, I don't know. But I know that whilst I was there, he didn't like my guts. My spirit was too strong for him. He couldn't take it. Because when he came, he told the people that I will succeed only if Blakk Rasta, I will succeed. The only hindrance is Blakk Rasta. And they asked him, oh, why? Say, oh, me and him don't see eye to eye. So the bosses called me and told me that this was what recruitment said. Can we put aside the pettiness and work? And then we started working nicely. Everything was going on good. Everything was nice. Everything was beautiful. And then he started saying things like, if he moved my program, which was the heartbeat of the station, and I'm proud to say that, heartbeat of the station, to the 9th. Knowing very well that I am an artist and a lot of my concerts come in the 9th. See? To put it there in the night after drive, for me was sheer hatred. sheer hatred,
against
sheer jealousy
against you,
against the program and whoever was handling that program.
that is you.
That's what I felt. That the program which was the biggest at the radio station, you want to axe it and go and put it in the night. For what reason? He said the program was profane, and that it's supposed to be an adult show. Hey, go out there and ask anybody. Blakk Rasta's program, how profane was it? He said, conscious Blakk Rasta. Is it true? Debbie. No. People will tell you that Blakk Rasta was known for the truth. He was known for lashing out against wickedness, lashing out against stealing. The very minute that I wrote my resignation, and you can ask any member of Hitz FM, they will tell you, they are not denying it. Even Mark, you can ask him, he will tell you, he said it several times, I resign. But he will tell you that I resigned because I didn't want change. You see, at multimedia, if you want to leave and you don't want management to talk to you, what you have to say is that you are no longer being inspired to work there. And we're told that clause when we came in. So because I wanted to leave without anybody sitting me down to ask me, oh, can we do anything for you? Are you agreed about something? I wrote that I was no longer inspired there, hoping that would be the end. But management still called me, talked to me, oh, what is it? Let's work this out. Blah, blah. Said, the inspiration is gone. Even months after that, I still had chats to return and all those things. It's the station that gave me my salary. There's a station that showed me love. There's a station that made my fans listen to me. I love and respect Hitz FM because of the issues.
It was only because of one person.
Well, I started by saying that I didn't get support for the parliament issue, which was from the station. And then the other issue was Mark, because he had said several times at different meetings that he wanted me to be shifted into the ninth. Yeah, but I've forgiven him. I think God used him to make me a better person. Well, all that I will say is that I love my fans. Hey, these my fans. I love you crazy. You love me. You have shown the world that you love me. Hey, every day, every night. Hey, Blakk Rasta, when is he coming? It's been 2 years, so. In fact, a few months even beyond 2 years. The fans keep crying, sending messages, tormenting radio stations. Virtually and literally trampling down anybody who said anything bad about Blakk Rasta. If you don't love fans like this, then which other fans would you love? You have stood your ground. Some people left radio and within 2 weeks they were forgotten. But Blakk Rasta is the biggest thing radio is waiting for right now. It's not by my might. It's not because I'm too brilliant. And it's not because I'm so handsome. It is because of your love. It's because of the grace. Well, I have a new single out. Kofi Anna, say make we legalize it. Too long, legalize the ganja. Come again, attractive. Kofi Anna, say make we wise and think. Oh, child. Too long, gonna legalize the ganja. Legalize it. Make the money, free the economy, legalize it, stop the begging, stop the stealing. Hey, we fool. It's not been legalized yet, so we want it to be legalized. It's not about still want it. We want it to be legalized so the economy can get better. We want to make money. You see, we want to make money and enjoy. Life is good, you know. We want to make money.
But have you considered the negative impact on society?
What are the negative influences?
Like young guys are going to jump into it, smoking.
The same stereotype, prejudiced things that people are saying out there. You see, we are saying legalize. We are not saying people should smoke it. All we are saying is that government should have state-controlled farms. 1 million hectares of land. Government farms, all marijuana, ganja, police and soldier take care of that. The 6 months is harvested, guarded beautifully, packaged beautifully, sent and sold to the countries that have legalized and decriminalized it. It's like South Africa, Sri Lanka, Lesotho, America, Canada, and so on and so forth. Depending on the use, it's not everything that is swallowed or injected. Some things are eaten, some things are also inhaled, other things are also, bent so that you be in the cloud of smoke and enjoy it.
The smoking aspect is not a good thing.
I'm not saying that, and I'm saying that the smoking aspect, as long as your doctor says it's good, use it. Never use marijuana or anything without the advice of the doctor or without the advice of a specialist. You don't walk to a drug. It is only in Ghana that you can just walk into a drugstore and buy brufen, buy paracetamol, and just go and be swallowing. In some countries, you have to get a prescription from a doctor. Same thing, marijuana is medicinal. You can't just get up and go and buy any full smoking. A doctor should be able to check your blood, check you out, and see if it's good for you. There's nothing in the world that is good for everybody, even water. There are some people, ordinary water is not good for them. It has to be flavored. Even water. So nobody can tell me that, oh, marijuana is good for smoking for everybody. But the point I'm making is, if it's not good for smoking for you, according to your doctor or herbalist, then it might be good for other things for you, like shoes, trousers, shirts, oil to drive a car, and so on and so forth. It could even fertilize the soil. See? Yeah, so that is what we are saying. They are not saying legalize and people who smoke and go mad, as people say. People who smoke and go, I don't smoke, I've never smoked. Kofi Annan has never smoked. Professor Alex Dodu is not a smoker. Akasi Sapon, former boss of the narcotics board, not a smoker, but they are all in support of the thing.
So apart from the music,
Nkuleno, beautiful song, but that is not a dancehall song. You see, I like the way they are flavoring it.
Insist that dancehall is dead.
It's gone. Dancehall is gone, my brother. Shatawale's was it? Ayo, baby, that's no dancehall. The other one taking over, we go sugar night. But I like the direction they are going. They are flavoring the dancehall with the Afro beat and so. But that was what I was telling them to do. And people like Shatawale took their advice. People like Stonebwoy took their advice. Their music is staying. When they used to do dancehall king, the whole Ghana, is it the same thing as what is being done now? No, that was what I was telling them. Luckily, they listened to some of our counsel. And I'm so proud of somebody like Stonebwoy, who is going from country to country performing his songs. When was the last time you heard a straight dancehall song from Stonebwoy? Straight dancehall. I was telling them two things. To be able to make this thing that you call dancehall survive, fuse it. The dancehall pick it like I'm doing with what reggae. I have refused to call it reggae anymore. Now I'm calling it Kuchoko, just to give it that brand. Doesn't mean that I still love reggae. Reggae is my thing. But are you just joining the rank and file? What did you come into this world to do? Just to add to the numbers? No. You also want to stand out for something. So I told them, that pick up the dancehall, add a little bit of some African feel into it and some beats and things, and then you are good to go. And possibly rename it. Because if you say dancehall is Jamaica. So rename it, call it Nkulenu music. Or Patongpa music. In Zimbabwe, they call it Zim dancehall. It's not a perfect name, but at least Zim is added to the thing. And they sing in their local dialects with their beats. Add some things. What have I said that is so devilish? And people said I was going to kill dancehall. No, we all want the thing to move forward. How can a musician want to kill another form of music? Does it make sense? I just spoke about Azonto and spoke about One Corner. Did I say anything bad? No. We can sit back like this and tell you the longevity of a certain genre of music because we have the experience. And I said, your dancehall will die If you guys don't do two things, one, fuse it with African music, and two, find it a name. Now, luckily, the last few hits are to the point that even Jamaican artists are now doing Afrobeat. The kind of music that they are doing right now that people, you guys are saying is dancehall. See? Well, I hope that they will all buy into that thing. That's creativity. That's the only way to go, because the Jamaicans have gone too far with their dancehall. For you to do the chasing up every time, why do you want to do that? You want to do the chasing up every time, or what we call the catching up. On or front too. Then you are rather, why don't you want to be in front and that person will do it? And now Jamaican artist, this guy Ama Dimaku, he's doing Afro pop. Afro, what we are doing, Stonebwoy has decided to call his Afro dancehall, and people are fighting him. People like, you know, episode, I think he said that, what is Afro dancehall? Does it mean that if you are in China, you are doing dancehall, it's supposed to be called Chinese dancehall? And if you are in England and you are doing dancehall, is it English dancehall? I think that he didn't get the meat of the whole thing. He's renaming it not just because it's in Africa, but because it's added different flavors into the dancehall. So if the Chinese man decides to put some Chinese influences into the dancehall and put some beats here and there, some vibes here and then calls it Chinese dancehall, it's not because it's in China, it's because it's added the Chinese flavor into it. See? That's all that we are telling the brethren. You cannot be a Jamaican if you are Ghanaian. No matter how much a piece of wood remains in water, it will never become a crocodile. The French people say what? Lo séjour dans l'eau ne transforme pas un tronc d'arbre en crocodile. Simply meaning, no matter how long a piece of log stays in water, it never becomes a crocodile.
Okay.
No matter how well you can swim, attractive Mustapha, you will never be called a fish.
Okay.
Well, the politicians have always run away from me, and this time they will run faster. In fact, not only politicians, anything that is negative, what the Rasta man calls Babylon, anything that is Babylon will scatter and flee faster than before. See? Because now we have even had some bigger international support from our brethren and sisters in the Levaspora. Some people say diaspora. See? See? So, trust me, man, it's going to be hotter. Because Blakk Rasta, I was born to fight corruption. I was born to fight wickedness. I was born to fight anything that is untoward development. See? Anti-development. See? Majority of them are only in there to make money for themselves. A lot of them are thieves. A lot of them are so corrupt. So corrupt that it's not funny. Even our judges, look at what our NAS exposed the other day. Hey, a judge will sit back and say, oh, just because of, you know, some $1,000, which is nothing, he would free a hardened criminal and a bloodthirsty armed robber. If it was your daughter that this armed robber had robbed and raped, I'm not sure that even $1 million will be enough for you to take and free that armed robber. But because they just feel like it's not their blood, so they can do anything. This country is terrible. And some of them even have the guts to say that they want to sue Anas. After catching you taking bribe and following the bribe act, freeing a hardened criminal, then you still have the mouth to talk. You corrupt, shameless animal. Corrupt, shameless animal. An armed robber. The guy has pulled out a gun to your head. Pow, pow! Shoots you and kills you and robs you and goes away. To Jah be the glory. The armed robber is arrested. My brother. Then goes to court. It's lingering. First year, second year. Evidence is coming in. Everything. Even self-confessed armed robber. I did it, sir. I shot and killed. I'm sorry, sir. Blah, 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 blah. Then the matter goes to court. Somebody takes $1,000. and says this person, when I talk, they say Blakk Rasta talks too much. When I was on radio and I was talking, some people would say I was talking too much. Now they miss this talking. They want to hear it again.
About how do we move forward?
We need a president that is committed to fighting corruption. We need a Pan-African president. A president who knows the history of Africa. Because a people without a knowledge of their past will be useless and meaningless in the future. You don't know where you are coming from, then where are you going? You are a piece of anything. A people with no knowledge of their past are twice lost in the future, if not 10 times. That's why I always say that our politicians, if they want to be meaningful and relevant in these times, they must know the history of Africa. Yes, if you know that you are a great people, the richest man who ever lived was Mansa Musa Marijata. And the richest white man who ever lived was Cecil Rhodes. Where did Cecil Rhodes get his riches from? Africa. Where did Mansa Musa get his riches from? Africa. So you know that Africa is the richest. If you know that you are in riches, you won't go to India and China and those places begging for cash. You don't know your history, so you are so myopic. You will fall for anything that is shiny and thinking is gold. See, you must know your history, stand firm, and make black people and African people proud. We have been begging for too long. Meanwhile, we are sleeping on gold. We can't see. Now, we are too short-sighted. Everybody's talking about smoking. A country of about 30 million people. Now, why is everybody talking about smoking? As if marijuana was for smoking alone. Why? When they legalized, people who smoke, I was watching something. A woman came and said, yeah, I don't even want to hear about some tower. This thing is the devil's tobacco. I looked at this woman and I was so shocked. Meanwhile, this is the same woman who go to a hairdressing shop and they will use Cusa on her hair. Cusa, which is 100% Indian hemp. Say, oh, it smells good. It makes my hair grow. Meanwhile, that thing that you are refusing, that you don't want to hear, and calling it the devil's tobacco, is what is used to do the ignorance. Ignorance. Stereotype-minded. Seeing? Prejudice-minded. It's sad. Yes, I don't want to be president. It has never been in my DNA. I don't even want to be a minister. I mean,
what about politics?
Even if you ask my mates at Hitz and other radio stations I worked, they will tell you that I was never interested in any post. I'm too busy for posts. But I will be able to support somebody, help and guide and pray for somebody to be president. I don't want that thing. But I can support you, him, her. Go in there, listen to this piece of advice. Do you share this view? Blah, blah, go, let's guide you. And when you listen to wise counsel, you will make it. It's sad, attractive. Go to South Africa and see. You won't even see one drainage, open drainage. You won't see. It's all covered. You can't go out and stand there and pee.
That is happening.
Nkrumah said we have to change our attitude. Your mind. That's what Nkrumah said when we got independence. He said, I made it clear in his own style of speaking. I made it clear to the people in Salt Pond and party representatives that we now have to change our attitude. He said it. Attitude. Attitudinal massacre. That is what is killing us. Look, a friend of mine who used to meet me on campus, Nust, and wash my things and all that, he called me 2 days back and said, hey, Blakk Rasta, if I hadn't traveled abroad, I would have been useless. I said, why do you say that? He said, I came back home and the people who seemed to be ahead of me at the time that I was coming to wash your things at the UST, you know, they are so backward. Their way of thinking is so backward. Their attitude is terrible. And Timisu Anka Mekaha Ankameti say omwa. And I realized that he's right. Our attitude has to change. I'm not saying that it's only abroad that you go and we started it. Everything started with a black man. So what are we talking about? We have to change our attitude. We got lazy along the line and stopped thinking. Sold our ideas out to thieves. See? And we are now suffering. Our attitude, if I was the president of Ghana, I'll throw a lot of people onto farms. They will farm. They won't go to jail. Jail for what? Attractive. I will put you on the farm. You will farm for 1 year. You will farm and grow tomatoes, garden eggs, that a murderer has been caught and he's in jail, rotting up for life. What is this? Put him on the farm. Let him farm cassava for the rest of his life. Let him be there. Somebody has smoked something small. That, oh, small. He's sitting in his house, so that you've arrested him, you've gone to jail him 25 years. What is that? Drug addicts do not need jail terms. They need rehabilitation centers. The guy is a drug addict. You are saying that it's not good, right? Why do you jail him? Why don't you jail madmen? If a madman comes to slap somebody here 10 times, would you arrest him for assault? You will take him to the rehabilitation center to check him. We need to think. We need to think. Everything the white man says, we want to swallow it hook, line, and sinker. We were there before the white man. We should be able to lead. We shouldn't be doing the catching up. We were supposed to lead. I'm not saying this to disrespect any white person. No, that's not what I'm saying. All I am saying is that we should be the leaders. When it comes to thinking, technology, and blah, 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 all other things remaining equal. There are so many histories, I don't want to go into them because I'll reserve them for the African history class.
Okay.
The new album is Kuchoko Revolution, you know? Yeah, Kuchoko Revolution, and it was released somewhere in January in America. See? And then in Ghana, we are yet to actually have a massive ghetto concert for the release, what I'll call the release party. It was launched at a private, launch, but we're looking forward to launching it in the ghettos. Kuchoko Revolution.
Why Kuchoko Revolution?
Because I'm doing a new kind of reggae music called Kuchoko. And what is Kuchoko? Kuchoko is simply Jamaican reggae music plus African influences, African dances, African sights and sounds, you know. So to say. So for instance, for the first time you listen to reggae music and hear Kologo in it. Kologo is a local instrument. Gonje is a local instrument.